Chapter 26, Section 4, 19th Century Progress. In the late 1800s, new inventions made major changes in how people lived. Thomas Edison got patents on more than 1,000 inventions. Among them were the electric light bulb and the phonograph. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone, and Marconi created the first radio. There were big changes in transportation too. Though someone else invented the car, Henry Ford made it affordable for ordinary people to be able to buy. He had a factory with an assembly line that allowed him to quickly build cheap cars that cost as little as $300. In 1903, the Wright brothers flew the first motor-powered airplane through flight. Soon, there was an aircraft industry. Medicine made advances. Until the mid-1800s, no one knew about germs. French scientist Louis Pasteur discovered that microscopic animals that he called bacteria could live in food. Soon he and others realized that bacteria could also cause disease. British surgeon Joseph Lister took steps to kill bacteria, which helped more patients survive. Soon his practices became widespread. Public officials began to clean up plumbing and sewage systems. All these steps helped people live longer and healthier lives. English scientist Charles Darwin developed a new theory that was hotly debated. He said that all life on Earth, even humans, had developed from simpler forms over millions of years. Many did not accept this idea, which they said went against all teaching of the Bible. In the mid-1800s, an Austrian monk named Gregor Mendel did some experiments that showed that parents passed on their traits to their offspring. His work formed the basis of science of genetics. Other scientists made new discoveries in chemistry and physics. They found that all matter is made of tiny particles called atoms. They also were able to identify the differences between the different elements. In the late 1800s, some thinkers began the new social science of psychology, which is the study of the human mind. A series of experiments led by Russian Ivan Pavlov to argue that people responded to certain situations because of how they were trained. By changing the training, he said, one could change the response. Austrian Sigmund Freud argued that powerful forces in the subconscious mind of a person shape behavior. These views shocked many. They seemed to overturn the idea that people could use their reason to build better lives. In earlier times, art, music, and the theater had been of interest only to the wealthy. With the rise of the middle class, culture became available to more people. One reason was that more people could read, which led to more newspapers, magazines, and books being printed. Another reason was that working people had more time to enjoy art, music, and recreation. People went to music halls to enjoy singing and dancing. In the early 1900s, they began to watch the first silent movies. People also began to enjoy sporting events, both as participants and spectators.